Welcome back to BCIS 5379 Tech V Business. This is Dr. H.Schuessler again, and this video is going to talk about the syllabus and the schedule. Hopefully we'll kind of help establish some of the expectations that we have for this semester by looking at the syllabus, and hopefully the schedule will kind of make things seem a little more intuitive as they unfold throughout the semester. So let's go ahead and take a look. Here's our course shell again, and I'm going to go ahead and click on both of these links so both of these documents can be opening up, and then we'll step through the syllabus first, and then we'll jump over and take a look at the schedule. So for the syllabus, it's an online class, so there's no physical meeting location, there's no specific time. It's all online, it's all virtual. Contact information and some information about me is all right here. Again, if you need to send me a message, if it's course related, I want it to be within Blackboard. So come over to Blackboard, scroll down to course messages, and send me the message that way. Don't send it to my regular email address. If it's course related, it needs to be within our Blackboard shell. If you have a question about other classes that you might be interested in taking, or recommendations there, or you need a recommendation letter for a job or something like that, by all means use my regular email address. I don't have any problem with that. But again, if it's course related, it needs to be within our course. My contact information is all posted right here. My physical office, my phone number. This is probably the absolute worst way to get a hold of me. I'm definitely much more responsive to course messages. We'll talk about that a little bit more here in a little bit. My office hours are really pretty generous. I'm here about twice as much as I actually have to be, as I'm required to be. I also have virtual office hours, which you can click on right there. Just opens up a Google Hangout, and that way we can video chat. You can share your screen with me. I can share my screen with you if we need to. And that way we can take a look at exactly what any issues are that you might be having. The other place to find that link is also over here under Virtual Office. So that's it as far as that. As far as our textbook, this is our textbook that we're using this semester. This is the same text that we've been using for a while, but it is the latest edition. And with the latest edition, they've also changed publishers, which has created its own set of problems. My recommendation is to actually purchase the ebook, which can be found right there. So if you simply click on that link, it will open up, and they actually go to the same page. The only difference is you've got a tab over here to the left for the ebook versus the hardcover. But you can purchase the ebook and go through that process and save yourself a few bucks. And get instant access to it. And of course, that gives you the advantage of being able to search for terms and things like that as well. So that's my recommendation as far as the textbook. The course description, you can certainly look through that at your leisure. This is the e-commerce. This is really kind of a generic prerequisite here that we have for people that are coming in with no computer experience. The reality is it's not something that's really enforced or anything like that. So if you don't have that prerequisite, don't worry about it. And I should actually probably change that to 5301. Something else, if you've had me before, that's great. This probably looks somewhat familiar to you. If you have not had me, I usually try to include information about the field in terms of the job market. And so I go out to the Bureau of Labor Statistics and pull this information. This is the latest information they've had. I've updated all my syllabi this semester. And so you can see that the job market for web developers is really very good right now. The pay is pretty decent. The employment outlook is extremely good. So you're in good shape. If you want more information, you can click on that link and it'll take you to the same place I got this information, but it'll give you a lot more detail about the job outlook, work environment, all of those kinds of things. By the way, this is an APA formatting style, so that's the formatting style that we've adopted in the College of Business. So if you have something that you're citing, be sure and follow that style. Related to that is career services. This is something you're paying for in your student fees. Take advantage of it. If you're nearing graduation and looking for a job, or if you already have a job but you're looking to change, go contact these people over there. The director is Elena Hefner. She does an excellent job. She's got a great team over there. They can help you work on your resume. They can help you develop your resume if you don't have one. They can help you create a video resume, which is something a little bit unique for some people. But in this particular market, in this particular industry, it's probably a good way to go. They can help you search for jobs, and they can help you prepare for interviews through mock interviews. Again, you're paying for it in your student fees. Why wouldn't you take advantage of it? Another benefit to being enrolled in our BCIS classes is that you have access to DreamSpark, which is free software. Who loves free stuff? Free anything, really. Free software. It's a great four-letter F word. So take advantage of this. Download some of the software. There's no better way to get familiar with some of these packages than to download them and play with them. Personally, I would probably create a virtual machine and play with them that way. That way you could play with the server products that they have available to you. They've got various applications. They do not have Microsoft Office, but they do have Microsoft Visio, for example, and Access, and a number of other things. So create a virtual machine, play around with these products. I was informed just a few minutes ago that the email's already gone out, so go check your Tarleton email account for information about registering for DreamSpark. Course goals, I'll let you read through those. Course deliverables and exams, we've already talked about these when we were looking at the Blackboard shell. It's the same stuff that you see right in here. But basically your grade's going to come from assessments, homework, discussion boards, and the semester project and exams. So that's kind of, and we just had a student log in, so it's great. So kind of look through those so you're aware of what some of the specifics are for each one of those things. For example, the discussion board tends to be a little bit confusing to students. Let me correct that little typo there. So be sure and take a look through that. There's 2 posts that need to be at least 2 posts that need to be posted for each discussion board. 2 meaningful posts. That means a post that actually contributes to the discussion. If you just say nice job or me too or something like that, it's not going to count. The thing that really tends to confuse students is it's not good enough to just log in and create 2 posts. It's meant to be an engaging process. So as a result, you need to create 2 meaningful posts at different times, or a meaningful post at different times. One on or before Wednesday of the week in which the discussion board is due, and then one on or after Thursday of the week in which the discussion board is due, but before the due date and time. So again, I want you to go back and check periodically what's going on the discussion board. How can you contribute? How can you respond? That's the idea behind the discussion board. Semester projects already posted. Basically I've kind of redesigned the semester project in this class to coincide with the other course that we have at the graduate level, which is Web Development 5365. So in this course, you're essentially creating the business plan behind that project. You're going to come up with your idea, you're going to come up with the plan, how to make money, what kind of good or service you're going to market, all of those ideas, and you're going to come up with a mock-up, if you will, of the site itself. But we're not going to be doing any coding in this class. This is the business side of e-business that we're focusing on in this class, and then in that class you'll be implementing it. This is something that Dr. Schultz and I have been kind of trying to coordinate together. The exams, there's 2 exams, midterm and the final. The final is comprehensive, though the focus of the exam is over the stuff in the second half of the semester, but it is comprehensive. So don't just focus on the stuff from the beginning of the semester and then do a brain dump after the midterm. You need to retain that information. The point breakdown is located right here, so you can kind of look through that. Something else I want to come back to just briefly. The homework here, starting with Project 1 and then through Project 3, we are, as a group, we're going to have 3 different groups in which we're going to be evaluating different technologies. So for Project 1, we will have a group, for example, that will look at IIS, for example. We'll have another group that will look at Apache and so on. Each group's going to create a presentation evaluating that particular technology, and then you're going to post the link to that presentation. You'll do a presentation with me. You'll be able to present it to me and share what you've found, and then I'll share that link back out with the rest of the class. And that's what's going to serve as the impetus for the discussion boards that we're going to be doing. And the idea is that each group will learn a little bit more specific detail about it, that particular technology, and then be able to share that with the rest of the class, and everybody hopefully will benefit from that. The next, project 2, we're going to be looking at databases, and then project 3, the scripting language, or some scripting languages. As for your grades, if over 90%, you're going to get an A, 80 to 89%, B, etc. Late assignments, one of the things you should note in our Blackboard shell, just about everything's already posted. So as a result, I don't take late assignments. So keep that in mind. That's why I recommend trying to work ahead maybe a week or so, just to kind of make sure, if anything pops up, you're covered. Student expectations, there's nothing, jaw-dropping located in here. You're all graduate students. You should have a pretty good feel for what it takes to be a good student. The one thing I do want to draw your attention to, I log into Blackboard dozens of times, or stay logged in and check it regularly throughout the day, every day, including the weekends. If you had me before, you already know that. All I ask is that you check it at least once per day. Periodically things get posted, things like that. So take a look at Blackboard regularly. It's, I can't stress that enough. So go ahead and take a look through some of those others if you're not sure. Academic dishonesty, don't cheat. It's not worth it. The actual policy is posted right there, but essentially you're going to get a 0 on the first assignment, a 0 on the course the second time, and recommended withdrawal from or kicked out of the university on the third documented case of cheating. So it's not worth it. Don't risk it. And lastly is the ADA statement. So if you have some sort of a disability, if you require some sort of an accommodation, realize I can't provide you with that accommodation. I'm not the right kind of doctor for that. If you have some sort of a need for an accommodation, contact the ADA office that we have. They will do their assessment. They will then provide you with a letter that states what accommodations they feel that you need. The vast majority of the time, whatever professor you present that letter to, they're going to follow those recommendations. Personally, I've never deviated from their recommendations. If they make that recommendation, because this is their business, they know what they're doing, I'm going to defer to them on that, and I'm just simply going to follow it. But I can't make that accommodation on my own. I have to treat each student the same. So that's why it is done that way. So that is the syllabus. The schedule's over here. I think the schedule here is a little bit easier to follow than trying to follow along in Blackboard. So this is the one I really stick to. If there's a difference in Blackboard, let me know. I'll get that corrected, but this is the one that we actually follow. Each week is Monday through Sunday. The topic that we're going to cover each week is posted next, and then what's due that week is posted in the final column. When are things actually due? They're due on that Sunday, the 17th in this case, this week, at 9:30 p.m. Why 9:30? Why not 9:59? Why not 11:59? The Blackboard Help Desk closes at 10 o'clock on Sunday evening. I don't want you to get up to the last second to submit something and run into some sort of a problem and not be able to get a hold of the Blackboard Help Desk. So I've tried to create that due date and time just a little bit before the Blackboard Help Desk closes. That way, if you do run into some sort of an issue, you can contact them and hopefully they can get you squared away quickly and you can go ahead and get your assignment or whatever it happens to be successfully submitted. So that's the goal behind that. So this week you've already seen the first announcement. It included this information here. This next week I try to get everything graded. Everything's due on Sunday. I try to get everything graded the following Monday. And unless I have something that's particularly large to grade that takes more time, something like that, I usually am able to do that. Once everything is graded, I then go and I send out an announcement for the next week. And so this next Monday, hopefully, you should see an announcement that includes some general observations that I see going on in the class, as well as what is due that particular week. So you'll see AS2 on this next coming week. The midterm is the week before spring break. Then we've got spring break. Towards the end of the semester, we've got the semester project that is due. Then we've kind of got some oddball weeks. This last week, week 16, is Monday through Wednesday. So it's not really a full week. It's because of the way Tarleton does their final examinations. So Monday through Wednesday, the only thing we've got to do is the post-test. So it's really a pretty small part, but it is due. Then starting on Thursday evening at 6:30 p.m., which is when final exams open for the university. So at 4/28, Thursday, 6:30 p.m., the final exam opens up, and it closes Sunday, May the 1st at 9:30 p.m. So it's open for a few days. It's open over the course of the weekend. So make plans now to take the final exam during that window. So that is our syllabus and our course schedule in a nutshell. So if you have any questions, send me a message, again, here in Blackboard. Follow me on Twitter at H.Schuessler PhD, and I'm really looking forward to a great semester. Take care.